in here. There we go. Come on, show me some videos so I know you function, YouTube. There we go. YouTube overlords? I don't know who the CEO is anymore. I'm so sorry I listened to a remix of a song. That was... I'm truly embarrassed by my ways, and I know that I should know better, but I just... That was my bad. YouTube, please forgive me. If you would like, I will flagellate myself in penance, because I clearly messed up very badly today. And I'm very sorry, and I hope that even though I don't deserve forgiveness, you'll still find it in your heart to forgive me. Oh, great YouTube overlords. And if not, you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Is it obvious that I'm salty? Least obvious salt available. Oh man. Look, it's just a song. Get over it. My suit ran out of energy? I guess because the bots are doing a lot of building. That's a surprise though. Okay, so this... is almost what I'm looking for. There we go, it's daytime so we can see again. The downside of this too is we're gonna have to belt up wood like a million miles. I didn't think about that, but whatever. I could set up trains for it too. It's probably not a terrible idea. Excuse me. Go on YouTube, swing at me. Complain about me listening to Maple Story music. Why I oughta. Actually, please don't, for the love of God. Sorry for smack talk in the Giga Corporation. That was a huge flaw on my part. Oh, I might have to open a new chat for YouTube as well if they broke my old one. Henlo, did you get banned? I didn't get banned. Thank you for asking, though. I just made the unwise decision that I wanted to listen to music that was a little bit relaxed. That wasn't Maple Story music. I'd like to make this into a 9 or a 3x3. We're getting close to what I want at least. But we're not quite there yet. What the heck is going on here? Oh, there. Wait. Yeah, it's fine. This barely fits in the little grid I want it to. That's incredible. No, it doesn't. No, it does. No, it doesn't. Does it? No, it doesn't. Which is to say we're going to pick up Bikini Bottom and move it somewhere else. Yes, I know. I've heard it before. Are we ready? Yeah. Yep. It was salt and then I was listening to music. Which again, I do get it. I understand the concept of, you know, you specifically made this music, you want to like make money off it, but buddy, I ain't making money off your music. We could go sit down together, watch Lion King 1.5, and they ain't gonna make any more money than if I watched it myself right now alone. I saw a post, I don't know if you're still hanging around, Lily, but I saw a post that seemed to back up what you were saying. About the, what am I trying to say? The Hex Hunter bow. Which seems kind of super poggerific if it is the case. Because I always wanted a Hex Hunter bow. I did plan to farm one, but if I have a different way to farm one, that's actually quite cool. This is a lot more difficult to make a tileable blueprint of this than it was for the, whatever the heck it's called. Solar array? I guess solar array is like the exact words we'd be looking for. Holy bot migration. I didn't realize literally every bot in existence was coming down to work here. That's fine. YouTube is such a pain to... I'm gonna trash talk YouTube for one second. I shouldn't. I love YouTube. YouTube is great. YouTube, if I were to make a recommendation to you, when it comes to your streaming, you should make it so that there's not a complete, unique, individual chat room for every single stream. If my stream goes down for 5 minutes because I lost power, I shouldn't have to open a whole separate chat room to be able to successfully see my chat. I should just be able to open a single link and always see my chat in that link. If it's already a feature, by all means, you know, tell me about it because I'd love to take advantage of it. But from my perspective, that is not a feature of YouTube, and I need to open a separate one every single stream. How big does this reach? It should be fine. Monkey paw curls, I know I'm really asking for disaster with that. Maybe I'll just stick to this shape here. As long as I can have it like satisfactorily like peel out at the top, I think I can layer a bunch of these. So I think I'm gonna change it so that everything just goes upwards. I'm gonna make it vertically tileable, but not horizontally. Vice versa. No, I had it correct the first time. Okay, so my goal is going to be to bring it all into the middle, I think. And then bring it upwards, so it'll all spit out upwards. So this, we want to combine here. How do we do that efficiently? This won't be so bad if I tell it to... Wow, I hate that. If I tell one side to output on one direction and one on the other, it won't be so bad. I like that more than having it so that it spits out the sides. It's a lot simpler this way. And we'll just flip it for that side. Technically, these will be tileable vertically as well. Heh? Why is that one so weird? Wait, am I the weird one? No. Wait, are these off-center? How did I not notice that these were off-center? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. This one is slightly too low. Everything else is perfect. I'll just quickly remake this one by ripping it down and then copy-pasting. Ugh, moving this whole thing up was a pain. I should have just built it higher up initially. It would have been so much better. I guess the nice thing is I'm already rebuilding this anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I can make this, like, way better than I'm making it now, even. Now that I've decided on that central, like, pathway, this should be easy breezy. I want this to be one lower, I think. So that it could slot into there. Because then I should be able to copy paste this whole thing, flip it over, and bada bing bada boom. Hopefully. Yes, perfect. So this is what I'm looking for. This is much, much easier to maintain. Very easy to tile. It just all comes upwards. We can have it all just go into like a single spot and go upwards. Or we can set up trains, which I've been toying with for a while now. Whether or not that gets done is an entirely different beast. I'm gonna redo this side as well. So this one doesn't have the luxury of coming out of the middle, though. Wood-powered train. Honestly, that's actually a kind of a great idea. Like... You kind of got me feeling something very unique with that. I could just have the train fuel itself here. I was thinking how much of a pain it would be to set up like fueling for the train, but she'll just run on wood. That'll be awesome. Maybe I will do trains. So this should have enough lanes. By my current design. By the power of Grayskull, even. And then these will just condense. I mean, there's so many belts here. This is like a real excess of belts. But I kind of really like how it looks, so can you blame me? Like, if you like the design, it's a good design. There's my lukewarm take of all time. You like thing good. Okay. Now why don't we have power? These are now too far apart from each other to have power? These are too low, because these are reaching, but these aren't. But I lowered these ones deliberately. But now these are all outputting at the top, or should be outputting at the top. Okay. Which means I can move up these slightly. Oh, but that'll make it look worse on the map. Is that worth it? Ain't that a question? I don't even want to think about the base right now because it hasn't had wood in so long. This was supposed to be like a real quick adventure. It developed, admittedly, into something that's a little bit more girthy. It's a word for him. Rotund might be another one that I would go for. Okay. So this design spits out these two in the bottom one, these two in these side ones, these ones the further out ones, which all goes connect there. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. That's so many belts. I mean, it's really not that crazy of an amount. I feel like I could do it better, but I really like this design because it outputs upwards. Now let me do a quick inspection before I save this. Clearly there's some stuff that's scrunky. I don't know why some of these just don't have outputs. I don't know what happened there. I guess I don't need that many inserters. Maybe I'm going a little wacky with the inserters. I already have 2 for each, which is like a lot. Wait, I can cut down the belts dramatically. Why do I feel like I need so many belts? I can cut down the belts like a crazy amount. What am I doing? I actually need this belt. But I certainly don't need to go all the way around. That was from like an archaic design. Oh man, this was supposed to be so quick. But this will cut back on belts a lot, which will be nice for supply. Maybe not for aesthetics though, but I think it'll still be fine aesthetically. This already uses a tremendous amount of belt per inch, so I'm not too upset to see some of them cut back. I wonder if the box filled up with how many we were buffering. Because we weren't buffering that many. But also 50 is a tremendous amount of these things, so it probably is sufficient. I should have just left the other ones on. I don't know why I always do this to myself. I'm like, I'll just turn off this thing while I'm making the replacement for it. And then I'm 2 hours later, and I haven't successfully made the replacement yet. Okay, so I can cut off some of these as well. I'm going to put the internal ones on near. And we'll just have 1 on each side. This will cut down on the power it takes to run this too, because that's really excessive currently. Next, you can mouse over the machines and see their outputs. Great, so now this looks a lot more clean You shouldn't have to stress about the space as much. This should be very easy to just take the whole thing and put it down here. And then tile it. The belts at the top don't connect, but everything else should. So what I'm going to do is... Apparently my blueprint didn't take everything, which is not the end of the world, but a little bit unfortunate. I hate whatever's happening right there. That's gotta heckin' change. Why do things change? Okay, it's just the power pole's orientation. I was placing horizontal instead of vertical accidentally, which I did not intend to do. It looks kind of sick on the map, though, you gotta admit. I'm gonna just put them at max pipe distance. I layered the other one wrong? Did I really layer that one wrong? I guess I must have. Whoops. Let's call for a cancellation on that one. Yeah, because we want them to share the thing. See, look, that's not so bad now that we got 2 of them down, 3 of them down. I don't even think this is an improvement on what we had before yet, but it's kind of cool looking. I mean, actually, wait. 4, 8, 16, 24, 32, 36. There's 36 in each of these, so we're running quite a few of them now. This is probably an improvement. I don't think it's a massive improvement. Either way, this will be done. I think for the moment I'm going to be satisfied, if the is the correct word, with a oh man, these are such an awkward distance away from each other. Look at that, they're an odd number. I think I'll be satisfied with just having a long belt for the moment, just so things start to function again, because it's been a little bit... Oh, I guess I can feed like this, though. That's kind of nice, right? If I had any sort of train automation at all set up right now, I'd be, like, all over it, but I want to get wood back in the base. We do need to set up some water-related shenanigans, which hopefully we have a few offshore pumps. We do have at least some. Certainly have the piping for them. It should be as simple as getting this power and plugging it in. I don't know how much water this is really meaningfully going to need. Why is this unplaceable? Oh no, it is placeable. Unfortunately, a lot of the bots from far away are trying to help right now, which is good. Oh, I guess I could see how many I had. I had 28 before. That's how many are in my inventory. So I'm certainly, this is a dramatic improvement. Actually, one of these echelons was like my entire old one, which is nice. So this is a market improvement over the previous one. This being said, 50 is not going to cut it for the whole thing, so looking at this with some zoom out, I'm actually kind of happy with it. Happier than I was a moment ago. The scope hadn't really sat with me yet. I just wasn't thrilled with how the belts were going. I was a little grumpy gills. There we go. So I placed all the greenhouses that I had available. That should allow the water to go through here. It's not going to make it all the way through yet until all the piping finishes. That's okay. For the moment, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that for the sec. I'm going to try and get the belt up to the base again. We only have like 31 red belts available to us, so we're certainly not going to have enough. Can't believe YouTube shut down my stream. That's crazy. I'm gonna be thinking about that for like another 10 minutes and then completely forget about it, I think. Nice to see the entire factory is still running, but we're fully backed up on copper, which is less nice. Probably getting pretty close to our uranium cap as well. Okay, so the wood initially went in over here. Then went down to the right. It looks like we would like to get it into here if we can. I might just redo the entire area where it goes in though. No, let's go over here. Not mean to call for the destruction of that nature. I apologize, nature. Anytime I previously said heck you, nature, or some equivalent, I was out of my mind. I didn't mean it. This heckin' tree is actually just like throwing right now. I can't continue placing this ghost. Oh, they're trying to deliver me a bunch of things. That's kind of them. Unfortunately, the stuff they deliver is going to be like immediately consumed. Well, I appreciate you rushing to place down the underground belt. That is actually not what I wanted. Do those roboports connect? So the sad answer is probably not. The happier answer is it's probably fixable. That was something I meant to do, was make sure the roboport wasn't too close to the top, but now that it's so high up, I don't think they connect anymore. Heck. No, they certainly don't connect. However, this should be fine to connect the whole system. So we'll just set that up and pretend that there was never an issue. Nope, that's the wrong pole. Guess I can just use a substation. That should be enough for everything to be connected, hopefully. Okay, so the wood comes all the way up to here. Eventually. My thought process is it to the west of us is like... I mean, there's like some stuff. There's like clearly some land, but to the right of us we know there's some biters. So if I set up this down here, maybe it'll prevent things from attacking us. I don't fucking know. It's also pretty near some of our... No, I guess it's not that near most of our pollution. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It'll be fine. You wouldn't get it. They go to a different school. Alright, so let's figure out... We gotta follow the wood belt really quick to figure out where I want to put this in. The wood belt goes sloop, doop, 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 and then splits here. Going here goes up to making green circuits, I assume. Yeah, that's the extremely long one that goes up to green circuits. Which I kind of want to redo all together, but if we have a fully saturated belt all the time, it might not matter. I'm so lost. I really hate the spaghetti that I put in this factory. But like, this is like, this step of making these is like the early stage of fixing it. We're not making any wood, so we can't make any more of these. That's funny. All right, so this is like the core point of where we want it to come in. Is that right? Yes. This spot right here is the ideal, like, entry point. So I'm going to cut that and move it here. Gonna have that go down and that go that way. That way, if I can get the thing into where the shelter is, it should be good to get the wood all the way, which shouldn't be too bad. Where's the wood right now? It's still pretty far. This is so many belts. This was not worth it. I should have just set up the train instead of being lazy. God dang it. It's the consequences of my actions rearing their ugly head again. No, dude. I mean, in theory, the belt's basically done. That's kind of cool. In practice, the belt is nowhere near done. Oh, that is a slightly inconvenient piece of water there. Landfill. Okay, so now it should theoretically bring it back. I think what I'm going to do in the meantime is call for some big electric poles to go outwards. This will expand our coverage and the bots will start to work on this over time. I don't know why I decided to undertake such a big bot required assignment right now when I already had plenty of other things going on. But I did it. Now we're facing the consequences of our actions. Oh my god, it didn't even like... The Roboport doesn't even reach. Alright, we can actually like fit a Roboport in our design right here, thankfully. But like, man, I heckin' did not take into account that this is going to need a whole extra Roboport. Whatever, this will be fine for now. The design definitely needs to be fixed. Oh, I just realized it doesn't even work on this side. But that's fine. It works in theory, which is the important thing. I didn't even fix up the upper side. Like, I just assumed it was good to go. I mean, it is kind of good to go though, right? Yeah, it looks like it has all the requisite changes. Those are near, those are far. It's just this specific corner here got ultra scuffed. So this one will have to be a little bit different. Dang it, I didn't notice that there was a stupid mountain there, but either way. My bots are doing good. They're filling it out. Let's start assigning the actual wood so it'll come up eventually. So we're doing just the water recipe. Look at them come to life. Nothing else, the base will start to be able to benefit from this eventually. Because we can't even make more greenhouses right now. I should not have made this so far away from the base. I admit it, I was wrong. However, we should start seeing some wood eventually hit the belt. The belt trademarked. God, what was I thinking? I'm gonna turn off my personal logistics so the bots just prioritize finishing them. I'm gonna call for a deconstruction of these ones that aren't doing anything as well. I'm sure our iron is pushed very thin right now. The fact that we aren't making any green or red circuits at all is going to be a real heckin' backlog of issues. In fact, we're probably not making any solar panels because of that. Nope. Ironically, we made a bunch of accumulators in the meantime, though. Looks like we're up to 11.5 gigajoules. How are our solar panels doing in practice now? It looks like the solar panels are doing all the heavy lifting. The engines do turn on, but they're turning on less and less as time goes on. I think if I set the accumulator requirement lower, it probably wouldn't kick on. Either way, I feel like we've done decent preparatory phases. This is so much nicer. Like, I like how this looks on the map. It looks heckin' cool. But man, I'm not thrilled with with how it's doesn't work. Hey, look at it. We got some wood though, which is pretty cool. Once the belts are finished, once the belts are finished, like look at even the first few ones are spinning up, but once the belts are finished, we're gonna have so much wood. We might actually have the answer to the question, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I should have just stuck a roboport in here. I don't know why I didn't. That would be even more efficient than the ones on the side, I think. Also, with the design of 4 roboports, it probably would have looked really nice. I do like the hourglass it makes, though. I am so sorry, bots, and I'm so sorry, Red Belt Maker. How many red belts have you made? 9,903. Yeah, buddy, I get your ingredient shortage. You can have some yellow belts, how about that? Fortunately, I set this up in such a way where you can't do much more than that for the time being. How many bots do I have in my system? Because it's not enough. 280 and 396. We need 1,100 belts. Oh man, the consequence. Anyways, let's look at making, what was the last thing we needed for that? It was like heat shielding or something. Because that's not my problem anymore. So heat shielding is sulfur, stone tablet, and steel plate. How are our fuels looking? We inadvertently disconnected the water to our fuel, so we haven't been producing literally any. Which is something I was afraid of, and I thought that by reconnecting this water everything was fine, but it turns out no, everything was not fine. We were lacking Daijo Burino, as it were. Which, while extremely funny, is more sad than funny. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that really quick. That was also a test. It wasn't actually funny at all. It was just sad. There we go. We weren't making sulfur at all for a while, but the sulfur is flowing again. I think this is probably a good time to scale up our sulfur production as well, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We are about to need a good chunk of it by the looks of things. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to do. Sulfur just comes from water and petroleum gas. We do not have the stone bricks or steel plates to finish that. We'll go nab some really quick. Grab a little bit of the steel. Surely I make stone around here somewhere. My brain is heckin' fried from whatever the heck I was just doing. There's my stone bricks. Those are not stone bricks, those are concrete. Those are stone bricks. I was really hoping that, like, okay, it did drop to 1k. I was like, I was really hoping that 1100 would drop to 1k at one point so I could feel better about this decision. We do not make many of them per minute, so it is going to be spicy. Yeah, the majority of our power is coming from those solar panels now. Very, very nice. It's a pretty smooth transition over. The sulfur is looking healthy again, which is good because we want to tap into that for our heat shielding. Which is sulfur, stone tablet, and steel plate. I feel like we're making stone tablets somewhere. No, we were just making them for that previous, very temporary build of this material. My inventory is full. Let me out. Wow, rocket fuel only stacks to 10. That's a surprise to me. Oh my god, I don't have any belts. Really funny. Kind of forgot that I was like stressing the absolute heck out of my base right now. Okay, well, we will work with what we've got. We want the sulfur to go upwards. Ideally to this, like, area here we're crafting. I'd like to build it over there, but the sulfur's so far away at this point. Actually, where I'm dragging it from is kind of like... No, I guess this is kind of the ideal way to drag it. Yeah, it does kind of get up there really quickly, so that's not too bad. Okay, so the sulfur will get up to where we want it to get up to. Question is, can we get stone bricks up there? And I think the answer is yes, pretty easily. So I think we will do a little bit of belt shenanigans here. We'll output priority left the sulfur. I'll make sure so the sulfur is only on this side, so then we can grab... I guess we could process the stone bricks right here. Stone tablets are like crazy, right? Like you can make like a buttload of them from a single crafter. Is it on this page and I'm just missing it? There it is. 1 stone brick, 0.5 seconds gives us 4 stone tablets. So that's just like incredibly fast. So what I'm thinking is... we do stone tablet processing right here. Oh, wow, that's the last thing I wanted to do. We might need more of this. I don't think it'll craft fast enough. How fast is heat plating? It's really, really slow, right? It's 10 seconds. How much does it need for each one? So it needs 20 stone tablets. We produce 20 every 2.5 seconds. So one machine can power 4 heat shielding. So while working with that logic... this should be fine for what we're doing. We just want to get the space to start. That's what I keep telling myself. And it does sound like an immense amount of cope. And I hear you. I do. I hear your concerns. I hear your worries. But I just made a command for like thousands of materials I didn't have, and now I've got to deal with it. That's just how life goes. Okay, so the stone tablets and the sulfur are going to be there. That means literally all we need other than this is steel plates. Wow, what am I doing here? That's a little bit better, at least. We should have steel plates up here already, right? From something. Do we really not have steel plates up here? We have them right there. Yeah, it's not steel plates, it's steel shapes. Those are iron shapes, even. No, that is steel. Okay, there's steel coming through here, so we definitely have steel up here. It was like a foot away from me. It's a little bit sad, but look, there's a lot going on in my life right now. I can't be thinking about the little things. I thought to myself, I'm only gonna need, I don't know why I'm crafting this, I'm like so lost in the sauce right now. Thought to myself, I'm only gonna need like a 400 of these belts buffered. That's gonna be it. That'll be fine. Lo and behold, it was not, in fact, fine. It was super not fine, in fact. Dangerously not fine, one might say. However, the consequences of my actions, blah blah blah, you know the drill. So I am aware that I can have 4 of these be fed via the stone tablet thingammy-what. So while operating under that number, oh, I can just move this slightly to the side, that'll be fine. Operating under that number, going to set up 4 of these to maximize the potential throughput we have. Oh, I gotta move it one more even, but then the stupid thing's in the way. But I will try to make 4 of these since I know that we can, in theory, in principle, we should be able to to handle this. In practice, who can really say? Making these with ghosts is really like, what have I done? It's really like set in. It'll be fine eventually, but it's really showing like how conked I am by iron and how I'm always going to be conked by iron forever and always. No, my low density structure line. I mean, it's fine. I kind of wanted to move it anyways. Does putting this here make it function that way? That's so cool. I didn't know you could just use a ghost for that. Future truly is now. Oops, sorry for shooting that one time. God, I heckin' stink at doing basic placement in this game. Gonna make these near instead of far, wherever you are. Oh my god, please, I know. My inventory's full, my inventory's full. I know, tell me about it. It's been full. Where have you been this whole time while it's been full? Oh yeah, those are things that tackle 8 to 10. That makes sense that those would conk me. Okay, so in theory, there should be a time where we have enough belts. One day, I'm gonna just see if we can scale up the belt production. But in theory, this should result in us having rockets working. I need to put down some long-handed grabby boyos, which I have identified, have now placed. But it should be the rocket up, which means we need to figure out how to make, what the heck's it called? I guess we probably need a cargo landing pad, but that's like a drop in the bucket. There's like some rocket telemetry data or something that we got. Okay, yeah, so it's satellite telemetry. But this is nothing. This is a whole heckin' nothing burger to make this. This is so small in the grand scheme of things. How's the wood coming? Oh, I didn't want to look at it because I knew it'd be bad. Oh, but the belts look really nice when they're done. I go as far as saying they look wood-tastic, which might be a little bit presumptuous of me. How's our power doing? Oh, the steam engine's got to do a lot at night now. I guess it's because they're working on charging the accumulator when it's down, so they just go to full force. But either way, our consumption of fuel... Can we see our consumption of fuel? Yeah, we can. Oh, it's not enough fluid, duh. You can't see how much processed fuel? Okay, cool. Yeah, so like we were doing almost 800 per minute. How long's the stream been going? 3 hours? So like when we started the stream, we were doing like 400 per minute. And now we do like very little. We basically consume none. When it spikes up and when we have big power demands, it goes up a little bit, but this got rid of the demand on fluid on our base pretty dramatically, which is quite nice. We still need 420 solar panels to finish the array, but we have a bunch of things, so we're prepared. How much time do we have left? Let me save the game too while I'm thinking of this. So we have 18 hours left until we need to be able to defend against 2.28 gigawatts peak power. 182 gigajoules over 120 seconds. I really hope that's not that bad. It's really, really hard to tell what that's going to demand. We have 12.7 gigajoules that we can store in our accumulators now, right? We produce a decent amount per second, right? Or I guess per minute is probably a better way to look. 116 megawatts per minute while the accumulator's charging, which means this is us maxing out our accumulator. I mean, technically this could be on 2 and helping. The steam engines are worth an extra 100 megawatts. Oh man. That belt decision is going right through me. I really should have prepped more. That's, as long as it keeps making them, we're living the dream. But the fact that I can't even have it like feed properly, so it's slower than it should be, is really dumb. Like real profoundly stupid on my part. I guess I could just pick up a, I could just become the belt maker. Why is there no iron? Because everything's at a standstill because we filled up on copper, so there's no iron. I swear this mod is like the embodiment of like I just look and then something else breaks. I love it. But man, what am I gonna do with all this excess copper? Because the base is off because we're not using any because there's no wood, because there's no belts. I could just shotgun the warehouse. I might shotgun the warehouse. What the heck else am I gonna do? I could set up a second warehouse. That's probably a better idea rather than waste it all. I'll set up a second warehouse, but I was very tempted to shotgun the warehouse. It did seem really funny to me on paper to do. Why are we making steel no more? Because we ain't got no wood. Oh. Oh, this was such a bad decision. This was a profoundly dumb thing for me to do. Why did I cut off the rest of the wood? I should go plug it back in. Nah, it's too late. That was such a profoundly stupid thing. That's really funny. It doesn't even make me upset. It's just like, dang. That's some real top tier decision making on display. I'm glad I did this on stream rather than like in the comfort of only my own shame, you know? Okay. 24 will place this down. And that'll band-aid my problem since I have 49,000 copper just not being used, but it will be used. Shotgunning it would be so dumb. Once the wood's flowing again, we'll start ripping through it. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my bones' bones, even. But man, this was profoundly stupid. I should have just set up a train. I mean, I don't think we could afford train tracks at this point. Although, honestly, this is, like, almost done. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn my personal logistics back on. I'm gonna take priority of the belt, and I'm gonna go manually put in the stuff. Just to, like, get the main belt up, because if the main belt gets done, we're in business. But until then, business is heckin' closed. I want to say if these loaders work how I think they do, we need one here, and then one here, and then this. Perfect. So this'll give us another 50k copper that we can store in here, which is to say, not our problem right now. Oh my god, I can't believe we backed up 50k copper, but we're always so far behind on iron. We had a really high copper demand for a while too. It just keeps fluctuating, and having no wood in the base at all. I didn't think the base was so crippled by wood. I should have known. Like, it's so obvious in retrospect. But I really didn't know. You know what I could do? Wait. I'm a genius. I'm actually so smart. I could just use undergrounds to get this done really prematurely, and then once the wood gets in the base, everything will start flowing again. Honestly, it's smart to use the undergrounds anyways. This is like a really dumbly long belt. I don't know why I did this. It's really the story of how I'm feeling right now is I don't know why I did this. But it's going to be great when it's done. I should have just done trains. But I was like, I haven't touched them yet. So maybe I shouldn't have... No, I definitely should have. This was profoundly stupid. I don't even think this will be enough to like get the whole way, but we just have so many underground belts that we may as well use them, right? Like, this is resource inefficient in the moment, but I think it's resource efficient in like the grand scheme of things, because we've got them, so we should just use them. God, they went a lot quicker than I expected, if I'm being honest with you. We're almost out, and it's still like a half the line. I only got 4 more. Okay, but now the demand for these belts went down by 400, which is pretty significant. Yes, give me belts. I demand it. We also have a bunch of underground still, apparently, which I didn't realize. I guess I'll keep using the rest of the belts to paint the inside of the base. We just need to get the wood back in the base. This was dumb, I know. But this is a very, like, eloquent solution to a dumb mistake. Yeah, that should load the wood back into everything that needs wood. Oh my god, we have so many of the fast underground stockpile. That's incredible. Each one of those is like 10 belts. Who would have guessed? I would have guessed, for the record. I just, I made some dumb decisions. Hello, robots. Are you mine? Hey, little buddies. I think I need to spread more roboports so they can charge easier. Are you mine? I guess you're mine. I feel bad making you float like extremely far. I do care about my robots in spite of making them work extremely hard. Just 3 more of them. Come here, little buddies. Turning my personal logistics off. Now that we have enough to just like hook the wood in, I'm not sweating it anymore. Can't believe we have 50,000 copper sitting, just doing nothing. It's a shame we can't convert copper into iron somehow, because that would be like incredible for us. And a little bit of wiring would mean that we would just not need to sweat it at all. Turning my personal robots off for a little bit. Oh my god, it should just be this. Man, never try to relocate the wood of your wood-powered base without having a contingency in play. Worst mistake of my life. Would not, in fact. Okay, this should, in theory, put wood back in the base. Which is nice, because goodness, we need it. I didn't realize how many things were wood reliant, but it's a significant amount. While we're here, I think I'm going to set up these miners to go get what little bits of things they can. Well, I have a few of them on me. No reason not to. You guys familiar with the Maple Story song? I know all the lyrics to it. I'll sing it someday on stream. You'll love it. It's got to be like a special occasion. It's a pretty cool song. Okay, yeah, this is fine. I thought I had another drill, but... I mean, how much is left here? 9.3k, 6.6, 40. I guess there's 40 down there, which is nice. So the wood should have made it back to base by now. I think I'm most upset about the fact that like my blueprint did not come out great. Oh, there's the wood up there. But you know, you can't all be winners with blueprints. My heckin' solar array cooked. It heckin' slays even to this day. You know, this should be like an even distribution, but due to the lack of the top being done, it's not currently. It's also kind of looking like we should have 2 belts of this going, but maybe just because there's a big stockpile of it right now. This being said, this will be fine for now. There the wood goes. Yeah, 2 belts of wood would actually have gone quite hard. But it's better than no belts of wood. Dag nabbit. Let me turn my personal roboport back on. We can see if the heat shielding functions as well. Yep, looks like everything for heat shielding is here. We just need a few belts, which I'll wait for my requesters to come with. But now there should be wood flowing back to the base, so we have our coke being created again, so we're making steel again. Everything is healing. Nature is healing. I mean, quite literally, our pollution should be dying down. Like, look, it's falling off here. Look at this. This eats so much pollution, there's just like a missing gap here. I think our pollution's going to spread upwards as like a counteract of where it is, but we can also just place another one of these over here. And then probably set up a train stop for it instead of being so dumb with one long belt like the heckin' dum-dum that I am. There we go. Those are some saturated belts. I think the issue is still going to persist though, where the wood doesn't quite make it to the end of these circuit makers. At least it gets close. At least there's wood flowing again. Great news, everyone. The wood is flowing again. I could very easily put this wood on its own belt separate from the circuits. I just can't believe we had like the storage room that was mostly full. Oh, you know, I can actually fix that too while we're just straight chilling. Can you... I guess we do technically need that belt. I'd like to see them start crafting though. Can you like prioritize that one right there? No? Alright, that's cool. I don't mind, like take your time. Alright, it's actually driving me crazy, please. I mean, I guess there's only 3 more it can place. Oh good, we're starting to make heat shielding. It can actually take productivity modules too, so we are going to productivity the heck out of that. I don't know if like that's necessary though, thinking about it. I definitely want to productivity this. It takes a lot of expensive stuff. So heat shielding is back on the menu. What's our demand like now? Only 400 belts, down from 1,000, which felt insurmountable previously. Haven't made any progress on the solar panels, but have made a bunch on the accumulators. Should start making a lot of progress. Where are we missing? Oh, I thought I had made enough for that. What? Why is there not like an actual RoboPorts? RoboPort. Have I lost the ability to... That must not be a real RoboPort. That's like a label port or something. Vehicle RoboPort. I don't know what the heck a vehicle RoboPort is. That actually sounds sick. No, it's in the construction area, so I should just be able to put 2 into the storage and it'll get there. So those are fine. Looks like we're almost done with all of the greenhouses as well. Honestly, it looks pretty good. We need to set the recipe on the rest of these, though we apparently had missed some. Look, it's coming together. Yeah, it looks like the wood is being consumed to at a more healthy pace. There's no like massive backlog. I mean, there's a backlog, but I want the belts to all be saturated. And these aren't even on yet, so... This is certainly going to be fine for a red belt. We probably could have done 2 of them. I just wanted something to look nice. And now we are slowly making a rocket. It is 1% per each one we make, but yay! God, that was an ordeal. I'm glad we put some productivity modules in them. It's going to take a lot more power, but certainly worth it. We have successfully started gearing up our first rocket with a lot of heckin' trials and tribulations along the way. Bunch of belts still down there needed. Our solar array, I took our original 4 and turned it into 9, which is more than double what it took initially, so that one's still not done. But our power has improved as well. I think we did enough at a decent enough pace. We still have quite a few hours to finish the umbrella, and we've done the transition over to solar power with accumulators. We improved our wood production and moved it out of the base so we have more space, and we've gotten rockets set up, which is pretty cool. We just need to make a navigation satellite, and you know what? Let's try to do that if we can. I think that'll be a kind of cool way to end the stream if we can get that satellite in the air. Should be pretty easy to do. Is there anything like I know I can toss away? Sure. I still have my sleeping friend on me. My sleeping friend's been keeping me company. I want to wake him up and put him in a pen at some point, but I want to make sure there's somewhere safe, you know? But I don't know if I get another one. I don't want to lose him. What the heck is that under? There it is. We need 10 solar panels. So I'll make a request. Are we making solar panels again yet? Looks like a no because green circuits are still struggling a little bit to get out here. But also kind of yes. So what I'm going to do is incredibly diabolical. Oh, I'm dumb. I was gonna set that after I walked away, but I forgot. Do I have 10 of them? No. There we go. Now I'm gonna heck and get out of its range, and then I'll set them. I just took a bite out of my array. It's not a big deal. You wouldn't get it. Looks like we need 10 accumulators as well. Are we done with the accumulators yet? The answer is no. I think I'm gonna just make them myself though, because I believe we have the batteries on us. We just need the stone bricks, which should be easy to find somewhere in this base of spaghetti. There we go. Navigation satellite. We will handcraft that. Looks like it's fast once we finish everything else. I definitely want to scale up our circuit production. I don't even think we need to get off of wood circuit production. I just want to move it out from here over to here and then have a full belt of wires and a full belt of wood. Because clearly, like, we have the, like, look at it. It looks great there. It's just once it gets to this stage, it gets picked through too soon. So we can very easily scale this up. So I'm going to make notes for myself. Space, check. Giant laser coming. Not check. Umbrella, not check. And then move green circuits to the left. And make more of them smiley face. Okay, so once this finishes crafting, I'm going to shoot this up. We're going to see what happens. Then I'm probably going to wrap up stream. And I am heckin' punked. Interesting. Stone tablets are the limiting factor? No, I guess it's a combination of steel too. Yeah, our supplemental iron has been drastically reduced. Oh my god, the core mining drill's not connected! What are we doing here? What put us on this plan? I was like, why are we making so little materials? I broke so much. That's connected? Yeah. I broke so much taking down that wood. That was like, but it took up so much space in the center of the base. Like, it had to go eventually, but man, that was like, even half of our core mining is done. Like, it'll be worth it, but I did not do it as carefully as I heckin' should have, apparently. The little bot that could carrying the medium power pull. The one that we need, but certainly not the one we deserve. That bad boy kicks back on, and there we go again. That'll help our resources again. Oh my goodness. We're certainly going to be using copper soon. It's just going to be after we upgrade the things. Core miners are interesting because you have like an infinite amount of the resource that you're mining. But you just get them at such like a specific amount that it's tough to meet the demands at times. But it is fun. It is interesting. Oh, we made the thing. But do we have enough heat shielding yet? We don't. Do I have any heat shielding on me? Thought I did. I have stone tablets. Here, I got you some stone tablets, Becky. Enjoy. Looks like it's steel plates. I'll load the steel plates I have on into them, and hopefully that'll be enough to output just what we need. But the steel production has been getting fairly conked as well. But it'll all be fine, because we'll shoot this into space and it'll solve all of our problems. Smile. Oh, we're so close to finishing, too. I see a few more stone tablets coming. I want to turn the Factorio music back on, just in case there's like a cool space track. Oh, do I need a cargo landing pad? I probably do. That's a lot of steel, though. Do I need a cargo landing pad ahead of time? As long as it'll just flow, I don't really care. Before you can launch cargo rockets, you need to have launched a satellite rocket. Well, space exploration is installed. Once you build a cargo rocket, okay, great, whatever. You know what? If it's gonna let me do it, I'm gonna heck and do it. I'm gonna save in case this irreversibly breaks my game. Alright, so we put in our navigation satellite and we're going to launch it. We did not get to choose a location on it, I don't believe. It just kind of gets to yeet off. And what would normally be WinCon. Satellite was launched in orbit is capable of seeing the whole planet. You have unlocked the navigation satellite. You will automatically chart the area you're viewing while in remote view. Oh, it just came down without a landing pad. There we go. We have 200 satellite telemetry. Automatically chart the area you're viewing while in remote view. What does that mean? Launching more satellites will reveal more locations in space. Your satellite has detected a weapons cache? What do you mean a weapons cache? What? Huh? That's a railgun. What? That's crazy. That's not what I expected at all. Huh? I could reach that. Is that the first rocket? That was the first rocket. That's sick. Those requesters look nice, too. Oh, man, we're gonna have to take note of that, too. Ammo cache that satellite saw. That's crazy. I didn't know there was goodies I could have been looking for. You must launch one more satellite to use the navigation satellite uplink to this location. Alright. Well, that's cool. So the good news is We can actually do some science now. We have 200 of it, so we have 1,600 rocket tech cards we can theoretically make now. Good news is we have the automation for all of this done. Bad news is it takes 80 seconds to make it, so we make one every 10 seconds per machine. We probably want to set that up sooner than later because we need to finish doing processing unit, laser, meteor defense installation, and then umbrella energy beam defense facility, which, you know, we have enough science to just do now. I guess technically I could have done laser this whole time, I didn't realize. But because we have the science for it, like, this one rocket should be enough to get us the umbrella, which means we should be able to defend, assuming we can finish this all in 18 hours. Wow, I spent 6 of the hours so far out of the 24. I do think I made good progress in those 6 hours, but that was a very short 6 hours of progress. I was here. I love that for you. Wow, that was a lot, but hopefully now nature can heal a bit. But wood is certainly flowing again. What, are we chunking through that much wood? Did I see that right? Kinda. But we can still, like, we're still scaling up our wood, thankfully. These ones are now starting to turn on. Still quite a few red belts being requested, but it'll all work out eventually. But for now, I'm heckin' taking a break because that broke my brain. But we did, in fact, successfully launch a rocket in Krastorio 2 space exploration, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Either way, I'm going to wrap up for the moment. Hopefully you had fun, because I did. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably do more Dark Souls 3 tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the day after. I just wasn't really feeling up to it today, that's all. Either way, thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.